Hello my fellow T-Bags, Cinemax77 coming at you today. As you can see behind me, here, shine it up a little bit. I'll get a better video about it later down the road, but as you can see the wall of death is up. It's got like maybe 97% of all my fixed blades right there. There's like maybe 8 to a dozen more that are not up there, and that's because those are the ones I carry and have in this room or in that room or stuff like that. As you can see, my M48 Tomahawk ain't up there, and that's because it's right here. I got a machete that's not up there. Got a couple other fixed blades. You know, there are some fixed blades that people will know that I own that's not up there, like my Tom Brown tracker and that. Just some of that crap. Not to worry. I still have them all. Still own them all. They're just not up there for reasons of EDC and or home self-defense. How's that? Okay. With that being said and out the way now, tell me what y'all think. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I've had a wall of death in every house I've lived in for a very long time. About, at least 15 years. So, yeah. And, I don't know why I never had it in my last house. Actually, I did for a little bit, but then I took it down. So, because the room that I had it up in, we started to use for storage. So, there we go. Now that I spent 2 minutes talking about ye wall of death, figured we'd move on to a little knife review real quick. So I'm going to center it all back up on me. There we go. You see, I'm in some dire need of real lighting in this room. That's going to happen over time. So I'm actually thinking about having a lamp, like one of those 6-foot tall lamps with like the multiple lights on it, in this corner right here behind me, directly behind my dome, with a light shining down the wall of death so everybody can see it better and stuff like that. Or maybe we have them all pointing to the ceiling so it illuminates the room better. But let's get on to the review, shall we? Now, the knife I'm going to review for y'all today is this right here. Yes, this is the Mantis VujaDe Bali bit, as some people like to call it. It is a karambit style Bali or butterfly knife. It's a pretty cool blade. You have a solid steel, can't talk right now, solid steel finger ring. I do not quite remember what the blade steel is, but that's alright. I'm not much of a blade steel snob. I'm of the sound-minded body. As long as it cuts, I'm happy with it when it comes to blade steel. If I have to sharpen it more than others, don't care. But yes, this is called the VujaDe, and VujaDe in layman's terms means you have the feeling that none of this has ever happened before, but it's still familiar. Exactly what this is. Never seen anything like this before, but it's still familiar because it's still a Bali, it's still a karambit. Now, the only thing is, this is one of those Balis that is not meant for flipping, period. I can manage to do a couple of rollovers with this, both a vertical and a horizontal rollover. I can do the traditional opening method, but the thing about that is, because of this button lock and the way your latch is set up, it will lock open every time. So that's why this is not a flipping Bali per se, but this is a Bali that is excellent for self-defense, and it is an excellent, awesome little weird, funky Bali to have in your collection. I think everybody should have a Bali in their collection. whether it be a traditional one or a funky one, and I have both. So here we go. Now the ergos of this knife. If you have big hands like mine, this thumb ramp right here will not come into play too much, because as you can see, the way I'm holding it, this is comfortable, because if I try to put my thumb down there, it sticks it out. The only thing I can say that would be great for is if you're going to use the technique to where you take your ring and you bop somebody up in their chin so it raises their head so you can slash. Yes, I went there. This holding technique right here is only great for coming up and slashing when you have big hands. If you do not have big hands, then this thumb ramp will be excellent for you, because the jimping on it is just spectacular. I'm not going to lie to you. It has jimping in all the right places. As you can see, it's in the first finger choil, right here on this handle, right here on the back of the ring, right here. So that way when you hold it in a karambit reverse grip, which would be a standard grip for everybody else, you have an excellent thumb ramp right there. That's great for slashing techniques, stabbing or jabbing. And you also have these nice wide jumping on the spine of the blade that is excellent for choking up in that and doing some finer tasks. Now straight out of the box, this thing, Mantis says it's set up for right hand carry, but for the ease of deployment with this knife, you want to look at that in reverse. It's set up for left hand carry, because the way you would have to carry this in your pocket right handed will actually put your ring in front of your safe handle, because the ring is your bite handle, the other handle is your safe handle. So it puts it in front of the safe handle, which means that when it comes to deployment in the right hand, as you can see, it is backwards in your hand, which the only thing that would be good for is flipping it outwards to get that extra reach for a long range slash. I'm not down for that. But when carried in left hand, straight out of the box like this, see, it takes a little bit getting used to. As you can see, it is excellent, already set up for your standard karambit grip. So I would suggest, out of the box, if you're writing, is doing this. These two holes, if you cannot see in there, access, those two screws. Take them both out, replace the top one back in its spot, flip it over, take that one out, put your clip on, put both your screws back in, it is automatically set up for right hand carry. And the cool thing about that is the deployment is you would put your index finger through the ring, put your middle finger on the button, which it does have the button lock, which is awesome, and then you would actually pinch it with your thumb, and as you come out, there you go. Already set up. Now this is, like I said, it's a funky little volley, not meant for flipping. Main thing I would say this would be excellent for would be self-defense. Not too many utilitarian purposes with it. It still has its factory edge on it. I've done some light stropping to it, which, hold up, I gotta find my strop real quick. And I'm just gonna strop it up real fast. Just nice little strop. I have not done any type of modification to this at all, so other than just some minor stropping. As you can see, it does have some cutting ability, but it's not the edge of sin. I have another Hot Bill style curved, recurved blade, and you know, this one slices just fine. But we all know how well I put an edge on by now, don't we? But with a little bit of love and care, and with the right type of sharpening system, or the right type of sharpening stone, you can very easily put a hair whittling edge on this knife and it'll be awesome. I absolutely positively love the button lock on it. I love the fact that I don't have to squeeze a handle, I don't have to flip a T-latch or anything. I press a button and I am golden. Getting the timing down for this, for it to latch up, takes a little bit of practice, but then again, most bollies take practice to getting used to, so this is no different. This one is not staying in my possession for much longer. I have actually worked out a trade with somebody for a knife that I've been hunting down for a very, very long time. Brother Vance actually helped me out, and he told me about this person, and once I do the trade, y'all will find out what it is. I can tell you right now, it's an extremely rare knife. You cannot find it, and you can't buy it. You can rarely find it on eBay. So it's pretty cool. But for those of y'all out there who are wanting a decent self-defense knife that's unique in its own right, something that will make people go ooh and ah over, this is definitely your knife. I'm trying to do all this one-handed right now. I'm going to wind up cutting the piss out of myself. Watch. No, I'm not. Yeah. But yeah, it's awesome. And the reason why I say this is great for self-defense is because simple fact is nobody's going to really know what to think when you bust out with a knife like this just out of nowhere. It's got the flash, and it's also got the intimidation factor to it. Even in a small blade, which is nice. So thank you all very much for watching. If y'all want, check it out. It is called the VujaDe by Mantis. That is VujaDe. VujaDe. You know, the reverse of deja vu. And for those of y'all who do not know, VujaDe is the layman's term about it is it's the sensation and feeling that none of this has happened before, but it's still familiar. Which is the complete opposite of deja vu, which is deja vu is the feeling of knowing, or is the feeling of knowing that this has happened before. Okay, it's a familiar feeling. So yeah, there we go. And not too many people have actually seen a karambit volley. There's not too many out there. This is the only one that I'm aware of that is mass produced. There's no slap at all in it. It's really for a volley. It's really very solid. So yeah, I'm going back and forth on this, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you greatly, all of y'all. Keep your finger on the control and have a nice day, and keep an eye out for tomorrow evening. Shout out video will be out. Thank you very much for watching. Deuces.